everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 710. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
And I am Mako-chan.
Ari is off tonight. I believe he's working either a double or mid-shift, but don't worry, he will be back next week with Barry. And when I was adjusting my webcam earlier, I zoomed in a little bit too much. Let me quickly fix that. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I kind of like what I'm streaming. You can kind of see the nerdy stuff behind me, so you know. And maybe you can kind of see, oh, that's new. I haven't seen that before. And it's like, well, it's kind of been sitting there. But anywho, Mako, how are you doing tonight?
I am very tired.
Maybe some mushroom coffee will help you out.
No thank you. I would like to sleep at some point tonight.
Well, mushroom coffee doesn't have a lot of caffeine in it.
If I do caffeine this late at night, I won't be falling asleep after the show.
Well, you're tired. I am tired. My floor smells of piss, and I'll get into that story in just a bit, because it's like, yeah. Anywho, now that we got that out of the way, we are live tonight, week of March 3rd, 2026, right here on Twitch TV. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You can always find us here at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. And we're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at VogNetwork.com. And you can check them out at Twitch TV/VogNetwork. And come hang out in our Discord, VogNetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel. So come through and hang out. And speaking of week of March 3rd, I saw something pretty amazing on Facebook over the weekend. And normally when I see this little announcement, I'm just like, okay, doesn't faze me. This is the first time in God knows how long I got excited. You want to know what that notification, that little image, what that thing was that got me excited, Mako?
What?
An image letting everybody know that daylight savings times ends this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I gotten used to it getting dark and all that, but this is one of the few times I actually got excited. Now, for those of you who don't know, because I'm on the second floor, there is a giant window, and there is no curtain when I moved in. Granted, I could live up here without a curtain, because you cannot see the other house, because it's like 2 blocks away or something like that, but still. And during the winter time, I have a full curtain covering the window. When it gets warmer, spring, summer, fall, I put in shorter curtains, and that works better for me. And I will always put the air conditioner in the window, which I probably be doing right after the 4th or the week of the 4th. Hope and pray that there is not another hellish summer like last year. I'm just sitting here sweating like, if I survive in the morning, I'm buying an air conditioner. Christ. I mean, honestly, like I said, I had money saved. I had money in my PayPal account. I was like, where'd this money come from? I paid off all my other bills, so, you know, hey, free money, whatever. So, anywho, let's get that out the way. So, I'm going to kick things over to Mako-chan. So, Mako-chan, how was your week and how was your day?
Not horrible, I guess. I finally got myself shoveled out from the snow.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's such a, good thing that I work from home, because I don't have to go out and clean off the car until I actually need to go out and clean off the car. And by the time I did, it had warmed up, so there wasn't really a whole hell of a lot to clean. But other than that, I started playing Persona 5 again.
So this is like what, your 8th run through?
No, this is my second Game Plus run through.
Ah.
I am attempting to get 100%.
Well, shit.
Yeah. Um, there are a couple of things that you have to sometimes get through on like the second or third playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get everything. I have to see what achievements and everything I have
Mm-hmm.
already. Um, but yeah, my last playthrough, I finished the compendium. I finished uh something else I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I never went on dates with all the girls,
Right.
the outings with all the guys, so I never got all of their gifts, that kind of thing. So that's my main thing is to raise my social stats enough to get all of that crap.
Mm.
And downloaded Pokemon Leaf Green since it was released for Switch and Switch 2. So I've been playing through that a little bit and will continue to play through that. Yeah, other than that, that's about it.
So if you had to pick one in Persona 5, who would you marry?
Oh, if I got to pick who to romance
Yeah.
in there,
Romance,
uh,
marry, whatever. Just one, you know?
yeah, um I would have to go for Yusuke. Um, just because he's an artist. I like artists, but he's also socially awkward, and I'm kind of okay with that.
I would assume you just like them tall, dumb, and stupid.
No, if that were the case, it would be Ryuji.
Oh, right. Ryuji, yeah. I get them confused, yeah. Kuro,
Yeah.
she likes him tall, dumb, and stupid.
Yeah, no, I like the tragic artist type. Um, but if like the first time I went through the game, I romanced Makoto
Mm.
just because that, from everything I've read, is like the proper storyline to follow, because so much of her storyline ties in with Akechi and like the actual uh lawsuit and all of that. The second time I went through, I uh who did I romance the second time?
Yeah.
I don't remember now who I romanced the second time,
Mm.
because it's been a little while since I played.
Okay. I will say, if you did get into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you would probably be a fan of Rohan Kishibe from Part 4.
Mm.
He's the eccentric mangaka, so you know.
Ah. Yeah, my issue with JoJo was really the art style. I can't sit and watch it. It hurts my brain too much, and I don't know why.
Why do you think they're gonna turn into Fist of the North Star and be like, "You are already dead"?
Well, I mean that's part of it.
Hmm.
I was never really into that art style growing up
Gotcha.
either.
Okay.
So like my whole issue isn't even against the story. It really is just I can't sit and visually watch something like that.
Hmm.
Which is why I really liked when they did the live action.
I wish
Because
they did the follow-up movies for that.
that would have been nice. That
Yes.
that definitely would have been nice. The same thing with the live action Ranma.
Well, the thing about the live-action Ranma, that was just a one-shot.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I think that the way that they did it would have worked to continue doing more of the series like that.
True. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that storyline was, I think that was not in the manga, but they could have adapted a couple things and made it into a nice TV movie or something. So I'm still
Yeah.
kind of surprised Viz never got the rights to subtitle it. I mean, anyhow, would have been nice.
That makes me actually want to rewatch JoJo. I have the DVD somewhere.
Of what? Of the movie?
The live action
Yeah,
JoJo.
yeah, that's right. Viz actually did license that.
Yeah, yeah. I actually liked it enough that I bought the DVD.
It was
so.
good. I'm not gonna lie, it was good. I like it. It did feel a little bit darker, and it just complemented the anime pretty well. So,
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it for me.
okay, all right. So my weekend day has been the same. We're all starting to get stuff together for Zenkai. I am waiting for the confirmation that my cosplay has shipped. For those of you who are wondering, I am cosplaying Kunzite at Zenkai this year, and I'm probably only wearing it for the formal because a friend of mine is doing Princess Venus. So we're like, well, he's like, I did this for you, and I'm just like, oh, well, shit. Let me put something, I did get an email saying it would arrive before the 14th, so I'm just like, sweet. Worst case scenario, I can put together a dark suit that'll work just as good, so I'm not too worried about that. I actually went out and I was kind of social this weekend. Friday, it was a joint birthday, so a bunch of us went to the Museum of Sex, and that was quite interesting. And Saturday, we went out to Dallas Barbecue. Now, Dallas Barbecue is a small chain of barbecue restaurants in New York City. And I can tell you this now, I've had better. It's like one of those places where you don't go to eat, you go to drink. So. And another friend of mine was having his birthday party up in Flushing, and I was like, I don't know if I can make it. And then he said something that kind of convinced me to go, and I was still saying, I'll see what I can do. So I'm like, okay, we'll meet up around 6. I party with them till 8 or so, make my way up there for a couple of hours, and come home. Then it comes for, oh, we're meeting at 8 o'clock. That's not so bad. No, we end up getting together around 9:30, 9:45. We were there till like 1:30 in the morning. And I'm just... And another thing that happens, and I swear, if this happens to me again, I'm going to go thermonuclear, and I don't care who's in the blast radius. Because this happened Friday night as well. So after we left the Museum of Sex, 5 of us went out for dinner to meet up with the others at Barcade. So we're like, we're going to eat. So we're like, how are we going to do the bill? And I'm like, well, you pay the bill, and everybody else gives you the money for it. That turned into some hemming and hawing, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And I don't think it's right to split it 5 ways. It's one thing if we're all eating off the same, if we're sharing food and stuff like that, then yeah, split it 5 ways and call it, But that didn't happen. And so, it happened again at Dallas Barbecue, except that it was 20 of us. So we had to write on the back the last 4 of our card and how much, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? The very next time I go out to dinner and it's going to be a party of people, I am telling people, bring cash or have your Venmo or your Cash App ready, because I will put the money on my card and you all pay me back right then and there. And I'm just like, how hard is it to do that?
I mean, if a restaurant hasn't come up with an easier way to split a bill, which, a lot of restaurants have you able to, just pass something around and put in your information, choose what on the bill was yours, and pay your portion of it. But if something like that hasn't come through, then yeah, having one person or two people pay and just Venmoing or PayPaling them, that's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, the issue is it's not just the restaurant or the technology, it's the server. I was a server. That shit sucks when you got to split it multiple ways. I just
Well,
want to,
yeah,
yeah, I just want to keep
like
it. I just want to make it easy, you know. I mean,
yeah, but
there is
there are a
restaurant tech.
lot there are a lot of restaurants now that they bring you out an electronic pad
Yep.
and you can choose what food on that receipt is yours.
There was a bar I went to that had something like that. Hell, I just love it. In Japan, they have digital. There's no writing things down. There's a little electronic pad. They pop in what it is, and the bill is sitting in a cup. You take it up to the front and you pay for it, and you walk out. You know?
Yeah, I mean, something like that, it would not only help the people eating at the restaurant, but it would help the restaurant too, because then they don't, have to deal with the server going, oh, I have to, split
Mm-hmm.
everything 20 ways.
Right. I mean, granted, and in the end, they're going to get one hell of a tip because even though gratuity is on there, everybody knows gratuity is tip. But there's still some of us like, you know what? Regardless of the gratuity, we're going to still throw a little bit extra their way anyway. Yes, and
Yeah, I mean, the gratuity, because there are so many people,
mm-hmm.
when they start tacking that on, that's just because you're running them ragged.
Yeah, and as Bonzo06 says, two way, too many arguments regarding this issue. Yeah, I just like, and honestly, I don't mind tipping, but I'd rather be tip free. You know, I'm like, in Japan, there's the gratuity, there is like a fee at the table, but you're getting like water and other beverages as well. But they're getting paid a normal wage. You know, that's a story for another time. We're not going to get into it here. Now, to go back to what I said about my floor smelling of piss. Okay, so we had a new person move into the house, an elderly person, and I knew this was going to be a problem when I was leaving for work. I want to say not yesterday, but last week when he moved in. He was taking his time going down the stairs. Thankfully, there is a side entrance in this house that connects all of the floors in the apartments in the house that you can take like a back way. And I took that to leave. So there is that. So he thinks I grew up here in Brooklyn, but I didn't. And I kind of explained that. That's fine. So everything for the most part is fine. I'm just like, we'll see how this goes. So I come home tonight and I'm in my room, taking off my jacket, putting stuff down, changing for tonight, you know, kind of getting into that mindset. And I keep hearing this knocking sound over and over. And I'm just like, where the fuck is this knocking sound? And I'm thinking maybe someone got locked getting into the house because we have a double lock on the door downstairs where if you're not careful when you lock it when you leave, you can lock people inside the house and you have to go through the other entrance. I thought it was that. No. So the knocking is coming from back bedroom and I head over there and I hear him. Raise your hand if you've seen the Help I've Fallen and I Can't Get Up commercial.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, he fell and he could not get up. Even with his walker, he could not get up. So evidently, I'm assuming he had been laying there for a while, and it took me about 20 minutes to help him get back up. And the dude was like half naked. I'm just like, oh god. After I got him up, I legitimately changed my clothes, jumped into some sanitizer and stuff, and just continued about my day. I'm just like, what the And the whole night, even right now, the floor smells of urine. I mean, in my room, it does not because my door is closed. But if it was open, I probably would not be telling this story. And I would probably be begging for dear life. And I'm kind of glad that it does not come in here because I have my heater on. Now, the reason why I have my heater on because it's a little cold out. And there's a cold draft coming into my room that I can't seal. And whenever, because I have limited outlet space, if I don't have the heater running, I have an air freshener plugged in. So I was like, thank God for that. So that's what I'm dealing with now. Now, before we get into housekeeping, for those of you who are watching and those of you who are listening, I want you to I'm going to point towards the other side of me. And Mako has this interesting album that's very reminiscent of Disney, but it's not. And as she talks about that, I'm going to tell you about some merch that I got. So, Mako, tell them about this ode to quote-unquote Disney.
Yeah, so I am a fan of Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have shown things off previously. They did a reprint of the soundtrack album, so I kind of really needed it. So yes, the cover art is a complete and total ripoff of old Disney animation style. Even the way that the font is shows that it is supposed to be based on the old Disney animation style. The vinyl itself, I'm so amused at. The vinyl itself is called Great Mighty Pooh. It does have yellow bits for the corn. And it has the best video game soundtrack song ever, which is Loprano, or the Great Mighty Pooh song. Yeah, so just for that, I needed to get it. But I do like that it does have even just some of the little like prompt quotes and things like that. So I know that the original line from Birdie when he's talking about how to actually play and pressing A and stuff like that, I know that's all on there. I know that there's something on here for the little death character, which is Greg. Or no, Jeff. Jeff, sorry.
I thought it was Greg the Grim Reaper.
Is it? I think it's Jeff with a G.
I'm gonna look it up. Bad Fur Day.
No, it is Greg. It's Greg with two G's.
Yep, Greg the Grim Reaper. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a little thing on, from him on here. So it really is a fun little soundtrack, and especially able to have it on vinyl. Great Mighty Pooh vinyl at that is amazing.
To be fair, if Conker's Bad Fur Day was an actual movie, you'd probably have to call it The Hangover.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, or dude, where's my car?
Yeah, I get where you're going with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would just be Bad Fur Day because.
No, I get that. Yeah, no, you're right. But I'm just saying, if there was like an actual movie that we've seen that's come out that kind of has a similar storyline, but
more I don't chaotic. Know. There's a whole chapter in it based on the freaking Matrix.
Well, yeah, but I'm just talking about the fact that Conker went out drinking and he doesn't remember what happened, and all of this came to light. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just the whole game itself is just something that you need to play either when you are drinking or imbibing other substances.
Oh,
I mean, you figure that the main villain in this game is chasing after Conker because some idiot told him that the only way to fix his table was to use a squirrel instead of, just getting a piece of wood and putting a new leg.
mm-hmm.
That's the whole premise of the villain in this story.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. By the way, do you have Conquer Live and Reloaded for Xbox?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I have, well, no. I should say I have the original for Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the um the rare um combo for 360, I think. The one that has Conker's Bad Fur Day
Mm-hmm.
and Banjo Kazooie and
Oh, no. The Rare Replay Collection, yes.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, rare.
believe that, that was Xbox One, so yeah.
Was it one? I thought it was 360.
No, I think it was Xbox One. I mean, if it's Xbox One, it's on the shelf back there. If it's 360, it's not. But I think I also want to say either you or me have it for the original Xbox. So I might have picked it up during my travels.
It is Xbox One.
Yes, Dark Tetsuya, the Rare Replay Collection where Conquer is on there. So okay,
Yeah, I don't think I have the original one for the remake for Xbox, only because it was stupid expensive.
really, I picked it up. I got it for like under $20.
Yeah, no, when I
Mm.
was actually looking for it, it was stupid expensive.
Well, I think you could probably still find it for under 20 if you look around. But I'm just saying, and the thing is, I'm not the biggest fan of buying used games. But now, not so much because 9 times out of 10, if it's a used game, but if the disc is fine and it installs without any problems, hell, nowadays games don't even install. It's just half the time it's like you put the game in, it hits the server like, oh, this is it. Instead of installing it, it just downloads it. Works for me. And the game is just an unlock key, but neither here nor there. So
Yeah, well, I mean that's basically what you get with the Rare Replay.
mm-hmm.
It's just a crap ton of games on there that to be able to play, you have to basically separate. If I'm remembering it correctly. It's been a while since I sat down to even play on that.
Yeah, I also find it kind of amusing and interesting that there are Nintendo games on this collection. Like you're playing NES games on your Xbox and it's not even a hacked console, you know? You know those online crane games?
Yeah.
And we all know somebody who plays these crane games and gets free stuff all the time, you know. One of my friends plays these crane games and loaded me up with a crap ton of Ranma 1/2 plushies. And I was just like, okay. And I'm looking at them, I'm just like, where do I put these? And come to find out, on some of the Facebook groups I'm in for Ranma, like they're advertising these new plush figures. I'm like, oh shit, I have those. But my friend also went to Otakon, and what she does, even if it's not Otakon, she will, if she sees anything related to Ranma or Sailor Venus, she will send pictures to me. And for the most part, I have a lot of that stuff, or it's not in my wheelbarrow. But if someone buys it for me, sure. So at this past Otakon, she found some stuff for me. Now I'm gonna grab these and put them out here. I have these two large Ranma boy type and girl type plushies, and this is the newer girl type because in the new Ranma 1/2 series, girl type Ranma's hair is reddish pink or pink as opposed to red from the original series. I have another Ranma 1/2 glow in the dark, you know, thermal heat mug, you know, that changes color with hot water. I think I have like 3 of these now. And she says she got me this mug that changes color. I'm like, I already have it. And she's like, are you sure? And she sends me a picture. I'm just like, oh, I have that one. So I think while I was in Japan last year, I picked one up too. It's like, right. And these mugs will never, I will not use them to drink out of. These are like viewing collector's pieces. Now, during her trip to Otakon, there was a particular Sailor Senshi figure that I saw. I was like, yeah, pick that up. And it's a older one. It is a classic one. This figure, this plush, is legitimately 26 years old. And guess what? It's yours.
What?
See, this is yours. You have a rare 2000 print Sailor Jupiter plush I'm bringing to you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Because I believe I have the Venus equivalent. So I'm like, you know what? I should get this for Mako. I was like, yeah, get it for me and I'll pay you back. So, which I did. Yep. You can put that on the shelf next to Dollar Store Jupiter.
I'll have to show them both off side by side.
Yes. Put the caption over the Dollar Store one like, you're not the boss of me. Okay. All right. We got to play catch up here. So get into some housekeeping news. All right. And I do understand I've been kind of falling behind on the VODs. Just understand, I am a co-host on OLR2DX, so I have double editing duties. So I will always try to have those episodes up Thursdays at 12 noon on our page at youtube.com/animejamsession. Let's see. Website is still coming along nicely. Our DerpyCon article is up, so definitely check that out. Our first convention of the year, ZenkaiCon, March 20th to 23rd, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So come through, hang out, have a good time. Like I said, I will have a new cosplay. I'll be doing Kunzite. I will be running around as Wakana Gojo from my Dress Up Darling. And I thought about bringing my kimono. I might bring it anyway. Because to wear at night. Well, it just depends on how I feel. It's a spring winterish one, and I still can't believe I paid like $5 for that thing. All right, so here's the thing. If you like kimonos and yukatas and so forth, there are tons of secondhand kimono shops in Japan. A lot of them will have a section that's like a yen, not a yen a pound, but a yen a gram or milligram or something like that. And they're pretty cheap. I picked up this one nice black kimono, and I thought I was gonna pay like 2,000 yen. I think I paid like 500 or 600 yen because of the weight. I was like, bet. I think I paid like like 1,000 or 1,200 yen for what do you call the bow that you put around the middle?
The obi?
The obi, yes. Yes, I paid for that because that was brand new, but it was really nice. So I may end up packing that because I don't really wear that as much, but I do have a yukata, so I might wear that Friday night with my Luigi bucket hat and be like, yeah, I'm Urahara Kisuke in disguise. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I think the only cosplay I'm bringing, if I decide to do anything, is Death.
I would thought you would bring the your Fruits Basket cosplay. So it kind of fits.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you don't have to wear it. Just throw that on and have something to walk around with, you know.
Yeah, I'll see.
Oh my god, I just thought about it. You should wear that and just walk around holding an empty sake cup. And just find a spot somewhere and just sit down. Have somebody from the room take a picture of you sitting on the couch, just holding the sake cup. Tell me that's not elegant.
I mean, yeah, it works,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like, I don't even know if I'm bringing death. It all
Mm-hmm.
depends on how I'm feeling.
No, I totally get that. So, totally get that. I mean, there are other cosplays I want to bring, and I haven't fully decided. But I do know I will probably be bringing Garda but I'm probably not bringing Jesus this year. So, yeah. So, I'll bring his rep, Garda. So, anywho, we're going to kick things off. I know we're kind of way late into things, but we like to enjoy good stuff. And we're going to kick it off and let Mako-chan tell this story because this is her fandom and this is her wheelhouse. And as much as I do tease her about it, she kind of takes it lovingly and seriously, like what with my own. So, take it away there, Sam and Dean. Or should I call you Castiel?
I actually get to talk about Supernatural. I'm stupidly excited about this.
Emphasis on the stupidly.
Yeah, for those that don't know, there is an anime called Supernatural the Animation, which was created during, or I should say, it was released during Supernatural's 7th season, but actually took place during the first 2. But basically, it is an anime, which is a love letter to the series, but it was done by a legit anime house. So, for those that don't know, it actually did find an audience in Japan. Warner Brothers Japan was interested in commissioning a supernatural anime, which in turn appealed to Eric Kripke's Supernatural creator. Plenty of situations in which the intellectual property gets farmed out, but doesn't always yield positive results. However, Kripke was involved in Supernatural the Animation, which helped to guarantee that it actually was going to, be decent. So Naoya Takayama helped supervise scripts, and Takahiro Yoshimatsu assisted with the character design. This actually was a Madhouse produced anime.
And they do good stuff.
Yes, they do a lot of dark, supernatural type of animation. So having them do this series seemed to be a really awesome one. And yes, at least Jared Padalecki was the English dub of Sam throughout the whole thing. Jensen Ackles was only on for the final two episodes because of scheduling. But the dub performers for the Japanese dub, they're the ones that did the Japanese roles for Sam and Dean in the anime. So it is 22 episodes. It is kind of an expansion. There are 12 episodes that are adapted from the actual Supernatural scripts and stories, and the rest of the episodes are completely original. So that if you are a fan of Supernatural, you do get to see something new. And if you are not a fan of Supernatural, you get enough of the Supernatural story to be able to actually pick up and start watching season 3 if you were into that kind of thing. But yeah, so this actually is 15 years old now. It is the sort of, I guess, anniversary for it. Madhouse is known, as I said, for dark titles, which anybody that has heard of Madhouse, you've probably heard of Paranoia Agent,
Mhm.
Hellsing Ultimate, Claymore, Parasite the Maxim, Boogie Pop Phantom. All of those were
Death
done by
Note.
Madhouse. So if you like the animation, you like that darker style, um, if you do have the opportunity to watch the Supernatural anime, go ahead and see it. Obviously, the non-supernatural um, storyline that is in there does a lot more of the Japanese folklore and urban legends and such as that, but it's still, you know, doesn't take away from anything else. So I recommend it. It is actually a pretty decent anime.
Now, they also did one of my favorite series, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
I would love to see a crossover with Yusuke and the crew joining forces with Sam and Dean. That would be one hell of a crossover.
Yeah, they I know that they also were, I think, on the lineup to potentially do a Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Ooh.
which if you were a fan of Buffy and you're a fan of Supernatural, you know that a lot of fans of both like to combine those.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been a really cool thing to see as a crossover as well, from that studio. But yeah, anything supernatural related. Like, I would love to see Dean and Alucard
Oh shit.
just shoot the shit out of something and snark back and forth between the two of them.
Now,
Just that would have been freaking hilarious. But yeah, so obviously, again, if you are into that kind of animation, if you're into the darker type anime, if you are able to find a copy, or just, find somebody that has a copy that you
mm-hmm.
can borrow, I would definitely check it out. It is a really well done anime, even just, for itself, not having anything to do with Supernatural as a series itself.
Well, I can say, you can find the series streaming. It's on YouTube, Fandango at Home, and Amazon Prime Video, but you're basically paying per episode, give or take. Um, if you have a VPN, you can watch it on Netflix. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, to go back to Madhouse, I'm going to run off a few titles that they have done that you know. And you could be like, that's Madhouse? That was Madhouse. Trigun. Cardcaptor Sakura. Digicarrot. I was completely surprised about that. Paradise Kiss. Black Lagoon. And as we get into newer and later story titles, High School of the Dead. And that's also a horror. That's one I actually have to sit down and watch myself. Even though I have the Blu-rays, I can now watch it streaming, thanks technology. Hunter x Hunter. That's another one that you have heard that they have done. And let's see. And for much more recent, one of my personal favorite animes, I've come to the realization, I think as much as I talked about this one, I think I can actually sit down and watch this over and over. Free Ren. I'm telling you, Mako, you next time I come over, we're gonna watch a couple episodes of Free Ren because I think you're really going to love it.
Okay.
So now that we got that out the way, as we move along, as I look at the rundown here, all right, we're gonna talk about the next Pokemon game. And as we all know, it usually does end up coming to a next-gen console because of power and technology. So, during Pokemon's 30th anniversary stream, they announced Gen 10 and the new games Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. And it's going to be exclusively on Switch 2. It's coming out next year. And that's all we really know at this time. But the new starters are a Leaf-type Brout, a Fire-type Pombon, which everybody is calling a damn Pomeranian, which does make sense because it does look like one. So, and a Water type called Jakua. That's gonna be kind of interesting. And on top of that, I believe they also announced Fire Red and Leaf Green, which is now available on Switch, and people are complaining about it. And it's like, Nintendo, you should have gave this for free. Nintendo, you're charging too much. Look, you're paying. Yes, I get that you're paying $20 for an emulated game, but they're emulating it and it's taking technology. I mean, honestly, I don't think I will be seeing Switch players sitting next to each other connected via USB-C cable to trade Pokemon. I don't see that happening. But if it does, I think that would be kind of cool regardless. And also, as people were calling them Nintendo hit clips, Nintendo's putting out a Game Boy jukebox, which comes with 45 Pokemon Red and Blue cartridges that you put in this mini Game Boy, and it plays tunes or sound effects from the games. Now that's going to be a bit more of a rare item pickup because it's only available at Pokemon Center Online in select countries. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It looks really cute. The starters, at least their first incarnation, looks really cute. The game itself seems really fun, especially since it looks like you're going to be able to go underwater for quite a bit of the game.
Ooh.
And yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It sucks that it's not coming out until 2027, but you know, I guess that gives me a little bit more time to get my Switch too.
Yep. And the fans will still complain.
Well, I think a lot of fans are happy that they have pushed it off to 2027. Because they did release the last gen, and there were a lot of glitches because they released it not necessarily early, but they released it when, you know, it wasn't done, basically. There was a first or second day patch for it, which still didn't help all of the glitches that were still in it.
I think part of the issue is, and I see this a lot, when they're creating games and they're running it on dev kits, a lot of time the dev kits are slightly more powerful than the actual console. So I think they forgot about that, which is a lot of the issues that I'm hearing. So that was part of it. So yes, the games are going to come out and it's going to be great, but people complaining because of the console cannot keep up with the game. And a lot of times, Game Freak Pokemon Company don't really care because people are playing it regardless. So hopefully they'll take that into consideration for the new games and be like, okay, it can actually keep up and then some.
Yeah, I hopefully they won't have the issue since the Switch 2 is supposed to, you know, take care of that from the Switch itself. But I guess we'll see.
Yep. And now we move from great news to sad news about the passing of one of the co-founders of Kyoto Animation. Such a sad thing.
Yeah. So this was actually just announced yesterday that he passed away on February 16th. He was 76. The family did hold a private funeral. And I believe his son immediately was raised to CEO
Mm-hmm.
of Kyoto Animation. But Kyoto Animation was founded by husband and wife Hideaki and Yoko Hara, founded in 1981. They served as the animation studio's president and vice president, respectively, since they founded the studio. Remains one of the most well known in the industry for works with attention to detail and character animation, works that emphasize the unique voice of its creators and fair and sustainable working conditions. Some of the series that it's known for are The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya,
Mm-hmm.
K-On! Lucky Star, Clannad, Free, Sound, Violet Evergarden, Liz and the Bluebird, and Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I kind of want to watch Violet Evergarden, and I do need to finish Sound Euphonium.
Yes. But yeah, so it's really sad to see that, you know, basically the founders for the company have are no longer there with us as we go through. You know that they have had issues with the studio. Obviously, they had to deal with the arson in 2019. So it has not been an easy road for the studio, nor for the two founders. Hopefully, after all of this, with it being passed on and still in the family, hopefully we won't have any issues with, you know, greed or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the family legacy can continue on.
Yes. Wait, I hit the wrong button here. All right, there we go. Now we continue to dive a little bit deeper into the industry. We switch from sadness to media acquisitions. A company called MediaDo International. They are a subsidiary of ebook distributor MediaDo Holdings. They announced that they have acquired a publisher, Seven Seas Entertainment. According to the Nikkei, it acquired the company for $80 million US. That's a lot of chunk of change. As per the announcement, Seven Seas will continue to operate under its current leadership and editorial direction and will not change anything at all. Seven Seas books continue to be distributed by Penguin Random House Publishing Services, so that's good. At least you'll still be able to get your hands on good titles. MediaDo highlighted the acquisition as part of its push for a worldwide distribution, underpinned by its role of its large language model AI-based MediaDo Translation System, MDTS. They feel that it's a crucial part of that process, along with the acquisition of Seven Seas. Last year, they announced the development of this system, MDTS. Manga translator Jason DeAngelis founded Seven Seas Entertainment back in 2004, and prior to said acquisition, was the largest independent publisher of manga and light novels in the English language market. The company began as a publisher for original English language titles, but has expanded to publishing manga, light novels, Korean webtoons, manhwa, Chinese novels and manhua, and Thai novels. So they're basically publishing all types of various Asian titles and so forth, which is really cool. Now, Tokyo-based MediaDo distributes ebooks for many Japanese publishers. The company established its American subsidiary back in 2016, and it does translated mangas such as Baki digitally. Oh, this I didn't know. MediaDo acquired My Anime List, which is what I started using to keep track of all my anime, and I realized I have to keep a second list. I keep a second list for the current titles I'm watching, and the other list keeps everything, including stuff I am watching. But sometimes it's like I put stuff in from different anime seasons and I forget, and I'm just like, oh, that's why I have the second list, so I know exactly what to focus on. They acquired the site from DNA back in January 2019 and later sold all of its shares in the company to Tokyo-based Web3 and AI company Gariri back in March of last year. MediaDo, NTT Docomo, and Akatsuki Group and My Anime List also launched their joint developed digital manga distribution service last year called Manga Mirai. Quite interesting. And we all know with mergers and acquisitions how things are going. And with the recent acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery by Paramount, yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Mako, please go ahead and take the next story, which wants me, and I have to ask the question, what the F, man? That is wild.
So, Shogakukan's Manga One editorial department issued a statement and an apology on Friday regarding manga creator Shoichi Yamamoto, after the editorial department had allowed Yamamoto to publish a new manga on the service under a pen name after he had been arrested and convicted of a sex crime. So according to the statement, after Yamamoto was arrested, indicted, and fined in 2020, the publisher canceled the serialization of Daten Sakusen, which is the manga that he created on the Manga One platform. However, in 2022, Manga One started serialization on writer Hajime Ichiro and artist Eri Surayoshi's Joujin Kamen manga, even though Hajime Ichiro and Shoichi Yamamoto were the same person. Shogakukan has now halted digital distribution of the Joujin Kamen manga and also halted shipments of the physical compiled volumes of the manga. Shogakukan stated it should not have hired Hajime Ichiro as the original writer of the manga. The company apologized to readers, the artist, other creators who contributed to Manga One, and all parties involved. The editorial department also mentioned a civil lawsuit in addition to a criminal case regarding Yamamoto, stating that during the settlement negotiations, the editorial department as an organization had no intention of getting involved. However, a manga editor did participate in a group chat and a messaging app after being requested to do so by both parties involved. According to the statement, both parties involved in the civil case had already decided on certain conditions of the settlement before the manga editor participated in discussion.
That's wild.
Shogakukan stated the editor advised the parties to hire a lawyer to prepare notarized documents for the settlement. The editorial department stated it was not fully aware of the seriousness of the civil case and did not have sufficient information regarding the case, and its response was inappropriate. The editorial department added it will work to prevent a similar situation from happening again. Manga One's editorial department did not provide details on Yamamoto's arrest in 2020 and did not give details about the civil lawsuit that he was involved in. Shogakukan announced on Saturday will set up an investigative committee that will include lawyers to clarify the facts of the situation, particularly to understand how the manga serialization began and the involvement of an editor in the settlement negotiations. The company will report the results of the investigation, take strict measures, and create and implement measures to prevent reoccurrence. They stated it should have first and foremost considered the feelings of the victim. Shogakukan apologized to readers, the artist, other authors who write and draw for the publication, and all parties involved. So a news agency reported on Friday that the civil lawsuit was about a sex crime, adding the manga editor had advised that the notarized documents include the condition the female victim could not disclose the matter. The Okayama-based economic media outlet Ashita no Keizai Shimbun, or Tomorrow's Economic Newspaper, reported on February 25th about a civil case regarding a defendant named Shoichi Yamamoto. The outlet claimed that according to its own sources, the Shoichi Yamamoto in the lawsuit is the same as the manga creator for Daten Sakusen. Uh, According to the reports, the Sapporo District Court on February 20th handed down a ruling ordering Yamamoto to pay 11 million yen, or about $71,000, in damages to a woman in her 20s who claimed that Yamamoto repeatedly sexually abused and raped her while she was in a distance learning high school in Sapporo and while he was a teacher at her school. Holy crap.
I know, right?
The woman originally sued for 19.8 million yen, or about 128,000, and had also sued the high school she attended. The court dismissed the case against the school. It was stated that according to the judicial decision, when the victim was 15 years old and Yamamoto was her teacher, he kissed her and touched her while they were inside a car. This is so much like Persona 5. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
Yeah. Oh, right. The first. Yeah. It took me a second to put that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta say, with Futaba's storyline, I was rattled. Kura Hikari-chan bailed out. She said, "I'm not doing this," and I gotta tell you, when a video game storyline hits that close to home where you gotta walk away and be like, I need a minute, and you go and you pull the sake out, you know they did a damn good job. Just saying.
Yeah, so they're also saying that the victim was diagnosed with severe post-traumatic stress disorder and dissociative identity disorder.
Jesus.
Which I am not surprised when you've got something like that happening.
You know, and here's the thing. The way this story plays out, well, I don't want to say story. The way this article plays out, you'd think that this would happen here in the U.S. This happened in Japan, and I did not think it would go like this, because you know how it is when it comes to stuff like this in Japan. It's like, okay, fine, pay your fine, sweep it under, wait, rest a while, come back later. But I think since the whole Watsuki drama, with Watsuki Kenshin drama, laws are starting to change a lot, so...
Yeah, so the artists that worked on the manga stated that they were not informed about Yamamoto's case and learned about it through news and social media. The artists said that they met Yamamoto only once, and otherwise all communication was conducted through Narita, quote unquote, who was in charge of the project, which is presumably the manga editor, but it is not confirmed. It was also, they also claimed that they knew nothing about past incidents and feel strongly strongly feel acts that hurt others should not occur in the real world. Other manga creators are looking to boycott Manga One platform. They've expressed anger. They've looked to halt publication of their own manga and stories on the Manga One site. A lot of them are looking to be halting. So Minasi expressed anger and asked that their works be removed. Minoru Takayoshi similarly stated that they've decided to halt publication of their manga, Shokubutsun Byorigaku wa Asu no Kimi o Negao. Konami Wagata stated that their My New Life as a Cat manga was slated to update on Manga One on March 6th, and they have decided to halt publication on the platform, adding this is their personal decision based on their personal feelings. Miko Mitsuki stated that they plan to remove their manga from Manga One. Other authors, such as light novel author Kazami Sawatari, expressed outrage at the editorial department statement, adding they do not support that statement. So yeah, it's not looking good for not only the manga creator
Mm-hmm.
who, rightly was told not to, be uh on the manga one list anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But just reading this, knowing that somebody in their editorial department was like, yeah, just, basically don't talk about it kind of crap. That, ugh.
I will say this: most people deserve a second chance, a redemption arc of sorts. But honestly, to me, it only works if you do it. You own up to what you did, and you start making amends one way or another. This guy just was told, hide it, use a pen name, and roll with the punches. Yeah, until people started discovering this writing style is very familiar. You know? Me
Yeah,
personally, I would have gone out. I probably would have done a pen name, but I wouldn't have. I would just continue to work and deal with it. Or if I didn't use a pen name, I would just be like, this is. I'm going to continue to draw and so forth, and continue to self-publish, work, and do what I can to basically fix my reputation, whether it takes a day, week, month, year, millennia. You know, these shortcuts don't cut it.
no, if you've done one, you shouldn't be doing crap like that in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So true.
And it's just not how things should be done, um, ever. But when you do something and it comes out, you know, don't try and hide it again.
Yeah.
That just shows that you're a skeevy creep.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the shit.
Exactly. And now, to kind of put things on a lighter note, our last story of the night before we get into our Meanwhile in Japan stories, which is pretty cool. And I think one of those stories I have to go looking for it when I travel if it's still there. And in this one, we're going to talk about Pokemon one more time. Can you tell tonight's show is Pokemon themed? We're going to talk about Rika Matsumoto, the voice of Pikachu. She did her very first game stream. Okay? So she did her first ever Let's Play of her playing the original Pokemon games to celebrate the franchise's 30th anniversary. There is video on YouTube of her playing Pokemon Red up to the first battle with her in-game rival and leaving Pallet Town. You can find it all on her YouTube channel. Actually, not Rika. It's somebody else is the voice of Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah. Rika is the voice of Satoshi. I thought she was the voice of Pikachu. But everyone knows as the voice of Ash, or in the Japanese version Satoshi, from the Pokemon anime, she named her game character Ricardi, but she kept her rival's name Shigeru, which we know in the US is Gary Oak, which is the same in the anime series. When selecting her Pokemon, she states, "It's so nostalgic, it's making me cry." And it was a bit saddened that her partner Pokemon of 26 years, Pikachu, was not one of the starters. So you had to play Pokemon Yellow for that. So she has this announced if she will continue her Let's Play of Pokemon Red. So I think that's kind of cool. The Pokemon franchise announced that it's partnering with Japan's NPB, the Nippon Professional Baseball League, for the game's franchise's 30th anniversary. All 12 of the teams will host Pokemon-themed games from April 3rd to August 23rd. The events will see original Pokemon crossover with NPB merchandise featuring Pikachu wearing home team uniforms and team's partner Pokemon. There will also be Pokemon Go special events planned for these themed games. So that's kind of cool. Let's see, Pikachu. Oh, yeah. Iku Otani, that's who that is. Yeah, Iku Otani is Pikachu's voice actor. Okay.
Mhm.
There's also Tony Chopper. Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right, now that we got that out of the way, it's time to get to the part of the show that y'all really stick around for. Meanwhile, in Japan. And as always, Mako-chan gets first dibs.
I am going to do the last one.
All right, let me take a look at that. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to do the first one because I think that's kind of cool.
Figured you would.
Yes. There is a chance to play Tetris on a massive staircase in Kyoto Station. That is so awesome. Anywho, years ago, Alexei Patanov created one of the most groundbreaking and universally beloved video games, Tetris. It has appeared in countless gaming platforms over the years. I mean, I have it for DS, 3DS, Switch, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox, yeah. And now it's coming to a literal platform outside of Kyoto Station. Now, I've been to the Kyoto Station, and I don't know where this staircase is, but I will look for it. Those who visit Kyoto and pass through its main station, which I've never really done, per se, you can't help but be impressed by its huge, sprawling architecture, including its grand staircase known as Daikadan. This set of 171 steps spans 230 feet, and the climbing length is 115 feet vertically. Wow. In addition to being really big, many of the steps along the staircase are lined with lights, allowing it to be a giant display. And when I was at Diver City, there were a set of stairs that were like that too. I actually have video of that. It's kind of cool. Various seasonal illuminations can often be seen there, as well as the occasional promotional display for events and companies. All right. And there's actually a live feed, I believe, where you can actually watch what's on the camera on the stairs as well, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? Now, okay, so it's only a temporary thing. From March 19th to the 25th, these stairs will become a massive video game cabinet where anyone with 500 yen can play a round of Tetris. Each light on the steps will become a pixel and form the screen to play on. Oh, that is so cool. Players will be given a gamepad for the standard Tetris controls, as well as a tablet that gives additional information like upcoming blocks and scores. There'll be single player and competitive 2-player modes, and you can do easy, normal, and hard. And in true arcade fashion, you can put your name to be displayed for a high score for a commemorative photo, and be added to the leaderboard if it's good enough. Low light conditions are required for best results on the stair screen. So the game opens from dusk at 6 p.m. and ends at 10 p.m. at night, with 9 p.m. being the last chance to sign up and play. The chance to play Tetris on a staircase doesn't come around often, so this may bring out the best players in the area. So if you are going to be in Kyoto during this time, swing by and check this out. I think you're going to enjoy it. That is so cool. So cool. Have I mentioned that is so cool?
Yes. Once or twice.
Alright, Mako-chan.
So there is a development of the Puyo Puyo game. Puyo Puyo is a puzzle game that can be casually enjoyed by people of all ages. It is also a highly competitive esport. In it, players must arrange falling rows of slimes and match their colors to earn points and keep the screen clear. And yes, it is a Tetris ripoff.
I actually have the Puyo Puyo Tetris game. It's actually fun.
But Puyo Puyo is especially popular in Japan and is now setting its sights on helping the aging population with a special edition tailored just for elderly people in assisted care facilities. So Puyo Puyo Trainer will do away with its more high pressure and complex elements and instead focus more on the nice little dopamine hits that come with seeing the little slimes pop and go bloop.
Ooh.
So there will be difficulty levels of easy, medium, and hard, but unlike regular Puyo Puyo games, those will be aimed at the different levels of cognitive and physical ability people in assisted care may possess. The menus will also be streamlined for people not familiar with the video game setup, so new players don't feel daunted right off the bat. There will also be competitive play in the form of a 2-player versus mode. But here the goal is more to encourage social interaction than intense showdown. Care was taken in development to make Puyo Puyo Trainer a tool for cognitive training, and players' data can be tracked by faculty staff so they can monitor residents' mental performance and motor skills. Readers of the news online had mixed reactions. Some felt it was a great way to combat the feelings of loneliness and isolation that come from living in such facilities. Many people suggested other games that might work well with varying levels of seriousness, while some questioned whether video games were really effective at maintaining a person's cognitive ability. So some people are saying, take my pension. They should make a version of Valkyrie Chronicles for nursing homes. Makes sense that Puyo Puyo would celebrate its 30th anniversary by entering nursing homes. I hope they play on the Switch servers because the PlayStation ones are deserted. Older people should all play games. They keep you entertained and kill time. Puyo Puyo can get a little boring after a while, though. They need something with a story like Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Well, that's a little bit too much.
Yeah, that is like completely out of left field. Yeah, let's not have, just dopamine. Let's have, actual battling. People usually act civilized on Rainbow Six Siege. That would be a good choice too.
Yeah, just what you need to hear: a cranky old man getting mad because he got sniped. Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, it, obviously it's a little cute kind of thing. But I think more people, more companies should be looking at this. I know when the Wii came out, that it was very well received in nursing homes, just because it did get them up and moving a little bit.
Yep.
Especially like Wii Bowling and stuff like that. You don't have to make these games crazy. You just need to make them fun, easy, something for them to do, something to make them think. But it is true. I mean, they're just being able to do something like this, with colors and everything, that does help your, your cognitive abilities because it's making you use it. And just like everything else, the more you use things, the stronger it gets. So if you've already, started losing some of that, whether it be the speed of your eyes tracking or your hand-eye coordination, being able to play these games would be able to not necessarily completely fix something like that. It's not like you're going to have the agility of a 15-year-old again. But it definitely is going to help those people in these kinds of situations to at least maintain where they are at. And so I think a lot more of these types of things need to be brought into facilities just to help with that.
I think we talked about the Wii being used in homes. I think we talked about that once. But,
yes.
Could you imagine an RPG where the main hero is an old person?
I think that would actually be really fun.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, the hero has retired, comes out of retirement, an old crotchety man who doesn't remember half the stuff, and his grandson is with him on this quest.
Well, I'm more thinking like, can you imagine basically you are an elderly person, you are in a wheelchair, and it's tank controls, and you have a gun, but you have to move slow because you're in a wheelchair.
Bronze 006
So,
says, why not D&D Boomer Edition?
well, I mean, yeah. Uh, you either would have to have somebody from the facility be DM, or you would have to have somebody that knows enough of what they're doing to be DM. But I can see that being really popular in facilities like that.
Could you remember? Could you imagine? It's like this: walk into the room, and then you suddenly feel a chill. You turn to the left, and you notice that the thermostat has been turned down.
Somebody touched the thermostat.
There's an art.
Where's the flipper?
No. And then you start arguing with the people in your party. Then you roll to find out who touched the thermostat. And I see the video says by a half a degree.
Yes.
My friend Eric, I was supposed to get a shirt from him for this. He actually had T-shirts like that. It said DadCon, I think DadCon 1970 or 1977, and it showed a hand on the thermostat, and underneath it said, "Who touched the thermostat?" Oh man! And I also reminded of that one scene from Family Guy, Peter Punter. Who touched the thermostat? They know. Oh man! All right. I hit the wrong button. Whoops! There we go.
Hey.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is, I thought I hit the button to refresh, and it didn't go up. So I'm like, let me tap it again, and I go back to OBS. I was like, oh, let me fix that real quick. I mean, the buttons are big enough as it is. Just saying. So if you liked tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. So what we like and don't like, we're telling you straight up. So if you have any questions about the show, please drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you'll find not just our weekly podcast, you will find cosplay interviews, cosplay tips and tricks, editorials, anime reviews, convention reports, a lot of other cool stuff, and you'll find external links to our YouTube and Facebook pages of convention and cosplay coverage. Check it all out at animejamsession.com. And please, if you enjoy the show, support the podcast. Subscribe to it wherever podcasts are available. You can find us on Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple. And if there's an app that you're using that we're not on, let us know, and I will shoot them a link so you can sub to them there. And what's cool is some of these sites have an option for a review. So if you could drop us a review, if you can't send an email, we want to hear from you, And follow us on our social media pages, Anime Jam Session on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Blue Sky. And to all of our friends fans, and family that follow us on those, thank you so much. We really appreciate all of that. Let's see. And our tip jar. If you're watching us live, down below is direct links to our Stream Elements, Streamlabs, and our Ko-Fi if you want to throw us a few dollars. We really appreciate that. You can always cheer us on with bits. You can always sub to the channel and hand out gift subs. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I got everything that I needed to make curry, except for the meat. because they were quote unquote out of it.
You gotta send me that recipe again. I'm seriously thinking about trying it. It's been a while since I did Instant Pot curry. My final thoughts. I don't want to leave my room. If you don't know why, listen to the top of the show. You'll understand. Well, that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode, and the whole squad will be here, and we're hoping that you'll be here too. So that's it. It's it. We're getting out of here. So Mako-chan's getting tired. She's throwing things. Anywho, good night, y'all. I'm Ranma.
And I'm Mako-chan.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect. Awesome. We're out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!